Friends, welcome to tutorial days, and in this video you are going to learn how to create CRUD operation, that means insert, update and delete in CodeIgniter 3. In the front end we are going to use CodeIgniter 3, and in the back end, that means for database, we are going to use PostgreSQL. So using PostgreSQL, we will be doing this CRUD operation, or insert, update and delete. It's very common that from CodeIgniter connecting with MySQL, it's a close combination, but in this case we are going to use PostgreSQL because you know that PostgreSQL is open source as well as it is used in enterprise level. So in this tutorial I will show you step by step how to do this CRUD operation. So first, what we will do, it's my PostgreSQL. I have already shown you that how to connect and install this PostgreSQL. So in this tutorial I will show you how to create table. So in the right click here, and we will create a table called employees. This one, the database we will create employees, and table name will be employee. So we are creating first not table actually. Let's go here and then create here. Yeah, I've already created here employees table database. So let me create once again so that you will know that how to do that. I'm just deleting this and go to database, right click on this and create new database called employees. Okay, now after clicking this, we will check here. You can see under schemas you will see the public. Okay, so expand it, and inside there you can see the tables here. So currently we don't have any table. Right click on this, let's create a new table called employee. Right now just click on this. That's it, our table is created. Now inside employee we will add column. The first column that we will add is ID, and then data type will be begin, just we are giving, and then just click on add here. This ID definitely we will be making primary key. So how to do that? Right click on this, on the table employees, and properties, go to, then click on constraints, and here primary key is selected already. Now add here, and then go to columns, and insert column you can see this ID, and then add here. So the primary key is added. Okay, and okay, now you can see under this constraints, if you check here, then you can see the ID is primary key, this one. Okay, right now we will add few more columns. The column names are EMP name, DOB, gender, and phone number. So let's create few more columns. So let's go to here, then add new column, then employee, then data type we will using varying character, then length 255. So after that EMP name, the next one is DOB. Right click on that, create new column, new column, then DOB, that means date of birth. So date, this one we'll be using, then add here, then gender, for gender, DOB gender. Right click once again, the new column, gender, and then here character we will be using. So varying character. So gender length will be 10 characters added, and the last one is phone number. Okay, right click on this, the new object, new column. here will be phone. All right, now data type will be varying character because there can be 9 plus 91 plus 1, so that's why we are using varying character, that means character and not integer. Okay, so now length, once again maximum will be 15 with country code. So that's it, we have added these columns: id, which is a primary key, employee name, date of birth, gender, and phone number. That's it. Now our next task will be to install CodeIgniter 3 and start building. Then we will do database connection. Okay, now let's download CodeIgniter 3. Okay, 3 CodeIgniter 3 download. Click here. Oh, not this 4 actually. Yeah, this 3. The reason why I'm not using this CodeIgniter 4 for this a database, a PostgreSQL, because this is currently, by the time this video is recorded, it's not compatible with that. Okay, so there are many things which causes problem. That's why I've decided to work on CodeIgniter 3. So it is possible that by the time you watch the video, maybe a year after 6 months or after 1 year, so it may be compatible that time, but by the time I'm recording this video, it's not compatible. Particularly when connecting to database, you have to make a lot of changes. Okay, so to avoid that, I'm using this CodeIgniter 3. So now it's downloaded, and I will go to my C drive and XAMPP2 folder here. Just I'll create a new folder called CI or CodeIgniter CI. Okay, so there's already a folder called CI, so I'll create it CI3, that means CodeIgniter 3 CI3. Let me paste this, and now let's go to here, localhost, and then /CI3. Okay, so looks like my XAMPP is not started yet, that's why it's not working. So let me start this XAMPP console, and then start. Okay, so now let's open here Visual Studio Code, and then we will open this folder CI3 here, htdocs, then CI3. This folder we will open here, the complete folder here. So open folder, I think it's already open, but anyway, let's do that again. Now application, inside that, let's go to this config folder. Okay, inside this you will find database, config the database. Here we need to change some configuration. For example, username default postgre. So this is default username of our PostgreSQL, and then password I had given is admin, and database is employees, and then driver will be postgre. Here in this case the driver will be postgre, and that's it. It should work now. Okay, next step will be to create a controller. So now go to controller folder, model, and in this controller folder we will go and right click here in the new, and then now let's go here and create a controller here. Right click on this, the emp CRUD, we will name it file name emp CRUD. or empcrud.php. Okay, inside this, let's create the class. Then we will create one more function, public function. Then here we will create a function called index. Okay, inside here we are just calling their construct, this one, and loading the this model. This model we will create later. Okay, after this, and then we are initializing it. That means we are creating an object of this class emp model. Okay, now here you can see what we are doing. We are calling this from model, so we will create first model, then you will install it better. So let's go to here, model, uh, controller, this model. Inside this we will create emp model. Okay, emp model dot php. Okay, we just created this, and now so let's create a class called emp CRUD model, then extend ci model. Inside this, let's create a function called this get emp CRUD, where we will call this table employ table es. As you know, this is our table name. Table name is, if you want to check once again, so you can see. Okay, no, our table name is employee, not employee, so there is no s, it's simple employee. Okay, so it is like if you select star from employ, if you know core php, then this is equivalent to this one, and at the end this result is returned to this model. Okay, this controller here. So here the load model, here we will write emp CRUD model, this one. Okay, now we will create two themes. Inside the theme we will create two folder files called emp header, footer, and list. Okay, so but before that, let's check if our connection and everything is working or not. Just printing out this print r underscore r. So we will check it data here. We will check it whether it's working or not. So what we will do, yeah, here we will create later. So now our controller name is, this is model, this is controller name emp CRUD. Okay, so let's go here, and then localhost, then index dot php slash emp CRUD. So and then index. So how it works, you need to understand that how does it map actually here. So this is URL here, this, and then index is function name. So we are saying that inside this class, just open this function name. Okay, so this is function name and this is class name. Okay, now let's try to open it. It says that the page you are requesting is not available. Okay, actually here is one mistake. The file name will be same, so now let's rename it and empcrud.php. remember, this file name and the class name should be same. Okay, so now let's go here and try to open here. Okay, we are getting error. That means we have set it. So one more thing you need to do inside routes, if you want to make it a home page, so just I put it here, emp CRUD. This is our name of controller. Okay, so default one, we are by default there is welcome. So emp, this will be in small letter, emp CRUD. Okay, emp CRUD. Now directly when you will hit the home page, it will open because we are specifying that the default controller will be this one. Okay, now unable to locate the model you have specified emp CRUD model. So now let's check here. emp CRUD model, it couldn't find. emp model is the name of this one, so why not rename it to the class also. emp model, class emp model, there will be no php at all. emp model. Okay, so just we will load this into our controller here, emp model, and then emp CRUD model. So emp CRUD here. Now let's check instance. Somewhere I made mistake by putting php emp model. Okay, actually we have not started php here, that's why directly we are checking the code. And here, oh, now let's check. Okay, what does it say? Property, this one is call to member function get null. In case you get this kind of error, call to member function get on null, so you will have to write here constructor inside model parent constructor like this, and load database. Load here load dollar this dot this dot load database here. Same error we are getting. So there's one more thing we need to do. Let's go to here config, then auto load. Inside auto load, packages, libraries, drivers, config, language, model. Let's load here or emp model. Okay, this emp model we will just specify on load. Now let's check. Okay, we are still getting error. So if you find this in Google, you will see that load database. You need to add here load database. Okay, this yeah, this one, load model, not model actually, this database. Yeah, this thing we need to write here. So emp model inside this constructor, let's add this line. Now let's try to open here, and yes, invalid db driver. So there is some problem in database driver. Let's go here, postgre g is missing, postgre, that is why we are getting this error. Now if you press here, then it is saying we are getting now another error. It is saying that password authentication fails. Okay, password authentication fails with PostgreSQL. So now let's check once again here what's the error. Postgres. So g I missed here also. And one more thing, database name is employees. Yeah, let's check whether the database name is really employees or not. Database name is employees. Yeah, that's correct. Now it should work. We press here, then array. That means it is working here. So if we insert some data here, not this one yet, if you insert some data here, insert, then new object, not object here, script, create a script. Okay, here insert into create, right click, then script, select, insert this one. So id will be auto 1 2 3 4. Okay, we don't need id because it's, I don't know it's auto increment or not. Anyway, so let's give it 1. Then employee name, just putting my name Umar, and then here dob 06 08 1988, and then gender here male, and phone blah blah blah. This is phone. Now let's try to execute the query. This one. So this is your query. Now execute. Click on line number. There is some syntax error. It says error here. Make so everything is fine. Here's something. This is number or not? Okay, so that's not the problem. Actually, we didn't get it comma here. Okay, now it should work. Let's click. Now still error. Looks like there is problem in date format, so it will be 1988 11. So still getting error. What's the wrong? It's 1, then Umar 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5. So what is the error? Syntax error near this. Oh, single quote was missing. Now it should work. Yes, now it's inserted successfully. So let's close it. Not required. Now if you press, then you can see the data is successfully fetching from PostgreSQL. And then our next step will be to go to controller once again. Let's go CRUD here, and then we will create here 3 views. Okay, now let's remove it, and then let's go to our views file. So this is view. So inside view we will create a folder called theme. Alright, inside theme will create header. So here new, then header.php. Here we will write doc type html then html close, and then head title CI CRUD title and then body, and then body. Inside here we write some more, and one more thing, we will include here bootstrap. Okay, go here and bootstrap CDN. So click here, and then you can check here. Let's click this. So include here bootstrap CSS and also this JavaScript. We will include these two things, bootstrap and JavaScript. That's it. And then let's write here div and div, then yes, navigations also. So bootstrap 5 navbar. Let's go here, then we will take any simple navbar. Let's copy this one, and then inside here let's paste. Okay, div, there is code mistake here, div, and then class container load. Okay, inside this we can take one more div, and then let's write here class equals to container, then text center. Let's try now. Let's close it as well. Okay, it says unable to load requested emp CRUD.php, the list one, this one. Okay, so okay, header, and then so first let's go here and then comment these two and try to open with header. Okay, so you can see our header is working perfectly here. Okay, so now this is header, and in footer we won't have anything special. Footer. Simply let's go to here and then footer.php. Inside header, just copy this body to body, and then we will open here one more div, okay, and simply paste this footer and add some more code here like div, and then div class container, okay, simply I'll write footer here. That's it. Then we can also open the footer, and ultimately we will work from in list.php or here emp, inside emp CRUD. Okay, just let's open it, and then emp CRUD. Let's create a folder emp CRUD. Here right click in the list.php. okay, then here let's create a table, and then table Okay, inside here class equals to tip. Inside here the head, I simply write like this: tr, then tr close. We will write here td, then td. Okay, so inside this td, what we will write? First one will be first name or name, whatever there is, name, then so what are the fields? Name, and then dob, gender, name, date of birth, dob, then gender, and then after gender, what's there? Font, then here will be actions. Okay, same this thing we will copy here below, and let's keep here one heading. That's fine. Now let's see how does it look like. emp CRUD, then list. Yeah, very good. emp, oh, inside controller, yeah, made mistake. It should have been inside views actually. So controller, so where is views? Model, then views. Let me go to the folder and I'll copy paste from there. That will be better. Okay, emp CRUD, this one, let's cut it and paste inside views. Okay, now it shouldn't have problem. Okay, you can see it is displaying here the data, so the better it will be. Let's cut it, and there is views inside emp list, and then inside header let's create one thing, div class container, and this container will be closing here in the footer. Here div here footer, so that it will be in the center. Now this section we will bring from database and load through. So we need to write here, let's close this footer, not required now. Here we will, so this actually data, this one first. So let me explain how does it work. First, this is our emp model file, right? Let's close that out also, header also. Okay, this is our upload also. This is a model. Okay, so in from this model, from this table, we are selecting all the fields. The name of the function is get emp CRUD. Okay, from here we are sending to our controller. Now let's check inside the controller. This function we are calling and assigning all the data to this variable. Okay, now this variable we are passing through this view. That means this data we can get into this list file. Okay, now let's go to list file here, and then we will write code here. So php for each, then inside here dollar dataabse dollar emp. Okay, and now we will php then like this. So here first name will be php echo, then dollar emp. So emp name, emp name, exactly name. Okay, now let's check if the employee name is coming or not. Yes, the employee name is coming from our database. So similarly we will fetch other records also, like DOP and gender, and here phone, and inside actions we will have edit and delete. Okay, so you can see the data is coming from the database now, and here we will provide here the delete function. So first let's get back to model. Where is that? Model, and then let's create here. First let's go to controller, and then let's create this function. Okay, so what we are doing here, this is the function delete, where delete emp we will be passing here, and then after deleting, based on this id, we will return it to home page. Okay, that means emp CRUD, or simply we can write like this. Okay, so it will go to home page after deleting. But before that, let's create this function going into the model. So here let's go to here, then delete emp, this one, delete emp we are passing here, and then delete employee. The table name is, our table name is employee, array id. So it will pass the id from list. So we will write here ahref equals to here slash php id. This, yes, then here we will pass base URL. Okay, so the syntax should be php echo base URL, and inside that, this is our main base URL, and then delete emp id. Let's refresh it and check how does it look like. So what does it say? Accepted encounter. Okay, call to undefined function base URL. To overcome this error, we need to go once again to our config file and autoload. Inside autoload, helper, just put here URL and refresh it. You can see now it's working. So, and one more thing we need to provide here, base URL. Where is that? Libraries, drivers. Okay, inside routes, we have to go to routes, and here we have to provide inside routes. Where? Autoload config. Yeah, base URL. We have to provide this. This is our base URL. That's it. Now refresh once again and check. And if we click on this delete, so it says function not found because we are not passing here controller name, right? Controller URL. So we have to CI. Let's go to routes once again. Once again, we will go to routes. Where is routes? Routes here, and then we have to define here routes. So here for delete, we will write here emp CRUD, and then number, that means ID, it will be passing here, and then this is our controller name, and then delete function, and then ID. So now let's check, refresh it, and then okay, and one more thing, so it will be emp CRUD slash delete slash 1. So we have to specify here inside list like this, emp CRUD, then delete, then ID. Refresh it and check what it's showing here. You can see here, if you put mouse, then you can see it is saying emp CRUD, then delete, then 1. So let's click here. So it's not recognizing. It will be index.php slash php. Yes, now it's deleted. So here will be in base URL, in config actually, config autoload, we closed config. From config here we'll provide index.php as well. Okay, let's keep it like this. So now in that way, okay, let's add one more record from here. Oh, that time I deleted, yeah. Copy. Let's add here new object, script, insert script, to Omar 1988 02 mail this phone number. Execute. Okay, data inserted successfully. I will keep it. Now refresh it. You can see once again there is data. This time we will delete it from here. Okay, click, and now it is deleted. So far what we have done, we have fetched the data and delete data. This time we will be working on insert.